Okay, activity 18. Activity 18, this is lesson 18-2. So we're not going to do this whole assignment because I'm not going to teach y'all word problems with inequality. So I'm just going to go over a couple of the important points here. Okay, so we're going to identify solutions to systems of linear inequalities. And we're going to interpret those solutions. Okay, so we're just going to do numbers 1, A and B, and number 2. So number 1, part A, you have two inequalities because this is a system of inequalities. I'm going to graph the first inequality for you step by step. So this is already in slope-intercept form of y is greater than 1/2 x plus 2. My slope is 2. My y-intercept is 2. My slope is 1/2. Now remember, with your slopes, you can flip the signs for both and it represents the same thing because two negatives makes a positive. So 1/2 x can also be negative 1/2 or negative 1 over negative 2. And my inequality symbol is y is greater than. So you should know by now, you should be able to know by now to identify that this is a dotted boundary line and I'm shading above. That is what greater than means, dotted and above. So I'm going to plot a point at positive 2 and I'm going to go up 1, right 2, up 1, right 2, up 1, right 2, up 1, right 2. Up 1, right 2 is the same as down 1, left 2. Okay, and my boundary line is dotted, so I'm just going to draw arrows at the end and kind of do little dashes in between my points so that I know that that is a dotted line. Just be careful that it looks like a dotted line and not a solid line. And then I'm going to shade above. I'm going to shade above that line. For the second inequality, I'm going to have to do some rewriting. X minus 2y is greater than 8. You're going to subtract x from both sides. Follow the same steps as you do for every other inequality. You subtract the x, and then you divide out the coefficient in front of the y. If you divide by a negative number, do not forget to flip the inequality sign. So that's going to be positive 1/2 x minus 4. Where my y-intercept is negative 4, my slope is 1/2, and my sign y is less than means that that is a dotted and below. Okay, so I'm going to plot a point at negative 4. I'm going to go up 1, right 2. Up 1, right 2, plot a point. Up 1, right 2, plot a point. That's the same as down 1, left 2. Okay, and this is also a dotted line. And I'm going to shade below. So this is the graph of the system. Now, you may be wondering, where do the solutions fall? Because I have two boundary lines that are dotted, and the shadings never overlap. This means that this system has no solution. This system has no solution because the graphs never intersect. They never intersect. Okay, now for part B. For part B, I'm going to graph the top equation. Now you're going to have to rewrite this as well. You've got 3x plus y is less than 3. You've got to subtract the term with the variable x. Same steps over and over again. Y is less than negative 3x plus 3. I don't have a number coefficient in front of y, so this is just my inequality. So my y-intercept is 3. My slope is negative 3, which means negative 3 over 1 or 3 over negative 1. And then y is less than means that my boundary line is going to be dotted, and I'm going to shade below. So I'm going to have a point at positive 3. My slope is down 3, 1, 2, 3, right 1, down 1, 2, 3, right 1, down 1, 2, 3, right 1, down 1, 2, 3, right 1, so on and so forth. Okay, and that is a dotted line. And I'm going to shade below, which is going to be this region here. Then for my second equation, this one's really easy to rewrite. Y plus 2 is less than or equal to negative 3x. All I need to do is subtract that 2 over to get y by itself. So y is greater than or equal to negative 3x minus 2. So I'm going to plot a point at negative 2 for my y-intercept, and I'm going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3, right 1. Down 3, right 1. Down 3, right 1 is the same as up 3, left 1. Okay, and it is also, or not also, it is going to be a solid line because you see a solid line underneath that inequality. So I'm going to change my color to lime green. Oh, I didn't do my shading. I had to shade above, which is going to be this region over here. Now I'm going to change my color to lime green, and as you can see, the overlap of the two colors, red and blue, is right here in the middle. Right here in the middle. So the solutions to this inequality falls in the lime green there, where it's got the double shaded region, or on this solid line, because this entire solid boundary line outlines the lime green shaded region. Not on the dotted line, only on the solid line. So this one has solutions that falls in between. So number 2 asks you to compare and contrast. The similarities of the two I just misspelled similarities. Similarities is they are both parallel. I'm a math teacher, not an ELA teacher. They are both parallel. The difference is that A has no solution and B has solutions because they intersect. They have an intersection point. They have an overlapping point. Okay, so that is all that 18.2 teaches you, aside from the word problems, which I'm not going to make you do. So tonight for homework is you're going to do all of the check your understanding, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then for the 18.2 practice, I only want you to do 8, 9, and 10. And I want you to write down this system. I'm not going to make you write the system. I'm giving you the system. So write this down. Write this down in your book. And then for activity 18 practice for lesson 18.2, I only want you to do 10, A, B, and C. You don't have to do the whole thing, just 10, A, B, and C.